Welcome back to Autism Live and to this wonderful segment. We've been having such a good time here in the studio. I'm here with Rochelle Helm, who's one of the newest owners of a We Rock the Spectrum in Austin that's opening on November 5th. Put it in your notebooks. And during the break, we brought in the fabulous, the wonderful, my hero, Dina Kimmel. And she is the brilliant genius behind We Rock the Spectrum, the mom with the most, who figured it out and said, I need something for my kid, and then made it possible for everybody else in the world. We adore you.
I adore you.
Well,
we argue about this often. You know, we do.
Well, I'm glad that we belong to a mutual admiration society, because honestly, I just think that you're spectacular, and what you've done is spectacular. And you keep finding these spectacular people that then come to a community and change that community with their We Rock. So how'd you find Rochelle?
Rochelle found us. As you heard, you know, her granddaughter is an amazing ABA therapist and had her own personal journey of having, you know, learning disability. And, you know, this lady here, of course, raising her. Okay, you can only imagine what a firecracker she is, finding everything that she could to help her to be successful in completing her education, let alone now being an ABA therapist, which is changing children's and our lives, being parents of kids on the spectrum. So when one of my franchise developers said, you know, I want you to meet, you know, the grandparents of Lonnie, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, great, bring them in. You know, not often do I get to meet people locally who are opening up out of state. That doesn't happen. Actually, you guys are the only ones. So when Rochelle and her husband came in, and just hearing the story, and then of course I had read, you know, previous emails and hearing her granddaughter's story, and just, you know, listen, I'm a firm believer that, okay, listen, you can be an amazing person, but when you have someone like this incredible woman here behind you, and like I had an incredible mother as a mentor for me, and father in business, you're even that much more fabulous, okay, especially when it comes to owning a business. But when you hear this woman speak about her granddaughter, okay, you fall in love. Yeah. When you hear this woman and how she's been to every single gym, well, at least I swear in California anyway, but maybe San Jose, and helped states. And offered, in different states as well, and offered them help. And not only just for training for herself, but just, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? You know, I feel like God brings me these angels like her, and, you know, her granddaughter and her husband, John. I mean, really, they're incredible. I'm blessed to have them, but I really feel like Rochelle has a unique story with her granddaughter. She's doing this for her, you know, as I did this for Gabriel and for Sophia, but here as an adult, she's doing this as a business for her future. So she's amazing. We're lucky.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. We're all lucky that this has happened. And I can't wait to see the impact that this gym has on Austin, the community for Austin, right?
Oh, and they have had setbacks after setbacks, and they've been amazingly patient, and, you know, such conquerors, and, you know, with the city and the permits, and it's not so easy, right, Rochelle?
No, it's not.
In some cities.
Been a challenge.
I'm telling you, Shannon, you wouldn't believe what they do, making through, you know, our amazing owners go through these loopholes just to get their gym open. And now finally we do have that grand opening date of November the 5th. Mm-hmm. And I'm very excited because I will be in town and be able to be there, you know, and the state of Texas is growing with We Rocks, but the city of Austin really needs it. We have so many people email and say, please, when are you opening? When are you opening? We're like, we're almost there. Boom, okay, Hurricane Harvey came, and what did you guys have? You guys had flooding coming in. And
we sure did.
I mean, they have, you know, listen, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, right?
Right, and this isn't an easy thing, but it's a really worthwhile thing. And I want to take just a second to talk about, for families that are out there, and you know, we talk about jobs all the time because everybody needs a job. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs a job. The parents of a kid on the autism spectrum need to have jobs that work around the schedule that now they have because of the autism. And later on, individuals on the spectrum need jobs. And so many of your owners have come in and had different stories. But it's sort of fascinating to me how each one of them, it's like they had this puzzle piece that was missing in their life of how to have a living and have a place where their kids could be while they were having a living and raise their kids. And it just so happened that all these different puzzle pieces fit into We Rock.
They all come together.
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
with different stories. So for your story, sometimes it's a family with a kiddo on the spectrum, but for your story, you've got this amazing granddaughter who's at really the beginning of her career.
She is, yeah.
And was working in the field, working with special needs kids, but not really being compensated for it in any profound way. And that's got to be hard to watch as somebody who loves somebody and sees their genius to see it. And she had this desire to do something bigger. So this puzzle piece fit for you.
For her, it all started in high school. She was required to do community service. And she started working in a special needs camp and fell in love with those children. Now, at the same time, she had severe learning disabilities. And we were having to get tutors and work with her to try to get her to graduate from high school and so on and so forth. But she continued working with these kids, and she was so inspired. So she went to university, and she was lucky enough to find a university that would accommodate her learning disabilities. And they said, we'll get you a proctor in, and you can have them all day and do your tests and things. And she was able to graduate with a bachelor's degree in psychology, child development with an emphasis on autism with honors. So she was able to really actualize herself. And she wants that for all children. All children have the ability to grow and develop and be better than what they are.
But I think that's kind of part of what her gift is
Yeah.
that she gets it.
Yeah.
She
She
does.
understands what it's like from the kid's perspective, and she's been already doing this for several years
Yes.
as a person, as a therapist, and as a teacher to be able to help. She's already proved that she can do this.
Oh, yeah.
So to have that in somebody in a We Rock the Spectrum gym is just particularly fabulous,
And
don't you
she's
think?
young and
She's
fiery,
young and
just
she's
like her grandmother.
vibrant.
I mean, when you hear her speak about the kids, that's what made me fall in love. I mean, I met Rochelle and John, and then Lonnie came in, and she goes, I know I can do more. And I went, okay, that's it.
And she had, I was sharing earlier, she was working for a middle school, and they assigned her some of the most challenging kids. And she had, at the beginning of the semester, 6 children that all had autism. They all were preteens and teens, so they all had an attitude, and they had learning disabilities, and they had social problems, and so on and so forth. And she started in with those kids and working with them. And in fact, she had one mother write a letter to the principal saying, how dare she set such high expectations for that boy. At the end of the semester, all 6 children were on the honor roll. And she just pulls the best out of people. She never sees a disability. She just sees ability.
Amazing. And so this gym is opening on November 5th.
5th.
And the website for that one, and I'm going to confuse Samantha now because we have another website we want to put up in a second, but the website for the Austin gym
Is WeRockTheSpectrumAustin.com. And that's for the spectrum of autism.
and you guys also have a Facebook page
Yes.
that's already there. You guys can go and find
Instagram,
that.
all of it.
Instagram,
all of those
everything.
different ways. But also I know, because I've said to you a million times, if We Rock had just been a couple of years earlier, I would not be hosting Autism Live. I would be hosting birthday parties at a We Rock the Spectrum that I owned. That's because I was looking for something so that I could have a job. And I know that there are some of you out there that are parents and are like, I just don't know what I'm going to do. So if you see this and see the opportunity that there is and say, there isn't one in my area and I want one in my area and I want this for my family, what do they do, Dina?
They go to the website, our franchise site, which is WRTSfranchise.com, and now it's really built out the page where it can really invite you into many of the gyms. They each have a gallery and let you know what we expect and what we're looking for. Our vetting process, it's tough now. We need to make sure that we bring on quality people, like Rochelle and her husband and granddaughter. But listen, if it fits, it fits. We've now found that it takes either someone who's identified and can teach, kiddos in the autism, world or a special needs world, or being a parent yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
because
what makes a fit.
You gotta have your why, right? And
Absolutely.
because that has to be your motivator to do. Because this is not easy. And we want to be
Well,
clear about it. This
owning
is
a
hard
business
work.
isn't easy, but there's no franchise that does what we do. There's no franchise where you've got someone who, like this lovely woman who is bringing us muffins into our corporate office, and we're a family. I mean, we're a family.
Well, let me say one other thing too. When we were considering buying the franchise, and after we bought the franchise, I got on the phone to every franchise owner in the United States and talked with them. And what I heard to a person was that this was the best job they ever had, that it was so rewarding. The fathers are over the moon. I talked to one man, he said, this is my third career. I have never enjoyed anything as much as I enjoy this because it's so personally rewarding.
Yeah.
So it's,
We're all going to cry.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
it's life-changing. It's life-changing.
It is.
Absolutely is life-changing. So if that's something that interests you, search your heart and see if it's something that you think that you can do. As you said, there's a big vetting process because it isn't right for everyone. But if you think it's right, make sure
We're
that you
gonna
reach out to
support
Dina.
you. Yeah.
Dina has, and I just want to say this too, that you've created that family. It all comes from the top. And I love when I'm someplace, whether it's at a walk or something, and there are a group of owners that are there. They are having more fun. It is a family. They know each other. They support each other. You invited me to your holiday party, and that's where I actually met Rochelle and her husband.
Wonderful. That's right.
And it was amazing to see all these happy people together and hear about all their gyms. It was really, truly fabulous.
And another thing that's amazing was during the hurricane in Texas, the people in Houston that got hit the worst were calling us in Austin and saying, can we drive over and bring our children to your gym? Because our kids need the gym.
Yes.
And it was just phenomenal. I wish
yeah.
we'd been open.
Our San Antonio gym,
Supported
Consuelo and Brian Davis, they supported them, and we're taking all the Katy, Texas, and Houston Memorial Gym, families. It was amazing, and we actually did a huge fundraiser, and 40 families we scholarshiped in, a 1-month scholarship under our nonprofit, My Brother Rocks the Spectrum Foundation. So it was wonderful, and they were so grateful.
Which is another wonderful thing, is that nonprofit, My Brother Rocks the Spectrum, it gives the opportunity for children that can't afford to come to the gym to come to the gym and explore that world. And it's phenomenal. Not only is there a gym, if the child has a meltdown, there's a calming room, there's a zip line, there's rock climbing, there's rope climbing. We'll have a music room, we'll have after school help with the homework, there's birthday parties, there's everything for the child to make that child actualize himself.
It's a slice of heaven. I mean, it really is. And
how can you go wrong? Their gym's going to be amazing.
Exactly.
Amazing.
But for all the gyms, there's your branding for it. There's a phrase that's on every wall, which is what?
We're finally a place you never have to say I'm sorry. And that's for the parents. That's not for the kids, obviously. Okay, we can do whatever we want to do. No, it's for the parents. And the parents look up and they see that and they go, usually it's many tears. And they go, oh my God, we're at home. We're at home.
Yeah.
My kid can have a meltdown and they're not going to kick me out. They're not going to look at me funny. As a matter of fact, they're going to help.
Right.
So.
It's an amazing, amazing thing. Now, am I allowed to say that you've got some new things going on? Or do we not want to unveil any new things yet? We'll say that's for later.
It's coming. We've got something very excited coming.
Our viewers have seen that you
passion.
and I were doing something the other day, and so let's just say you're going to have to wait.
It's advocating for the whole world in a much bigger way.
And I think it's important, though, to say that this is all over the world. This is not just in the United States.
Yes.
She is impacting the world.
Absolutely, with more gyms opening in
We've
more
got
places.
Dubai opening this year. We have Australia and Saudi Arabia coming. Malaysia's open.
When are we ever going to see you? You're just going to be traveling the whole time.
No, I'm here. I've got an amazing... That's the thing also is, I've learned in this process, being wife, mother to a child with autism, business owner, and then to grow this dream, which is really what it is to me, means my team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my team of owners, my team in East Coast corporate, West Coast corporate. I can't do it without them.
Yeah, you
So
delegate well, and you choose wonderful people to surround
you.
yourself with. You have very good
Thank you.
taste in the people that you surround yourself with. All right, we are pretty much out of time, but I want to thank you, ladies. Let's talk about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, tell us again who is this and why.
Rock Boy is our mascot, but what he is really is our Statue of Liberty. The children that come to the gym are free to be themselves. They have the liberty to try out new and different things. They're in an environment that's all American. This is our Rock Boy, and that's what he stands for.
Which just makes me cry.
I know you're going to make me cry too. And this is actually a photo of Gabriel at 2.5.
Of her son.
How about that?
It is.
I love that. All right, wiping the tears away, because we all need that. We all need a
Hope.
place. Yes.
Our children are our
Oh my
hope.
gosh.
You know, when all these things happen in the world and what's going on, what happened in Vegas and the hurricanes, and I tell people, you know, listen, you all have to have your higher spirit, whatever, your temple, your church, wherever you are, but our children are our hope.
And this is their safe haven. This is the place they can come and be children, and that's wonderful. And we have date nights, so the parents can have some time together too.
Don't
It's
we love that?
important.
And
Cherish
respite.
every day.
It's all amazing. So we rock the spectrum. Check to see where one is near you, and if there isn't one, think to yourself, maybe you want to create one there. Get in touch with Dina. Thank you, ladies, so much for
Thank
being
you.
here, and I
Thank you
can't
so
wait
much.
till this gym is open. I'm really excited for it.